episodes back in the groove, okay? I know your inbox is hot. I know your DMs are fire. I know people now see you and they're approaching you. Hello and welcome to Binge Watching Guide. My name is Sharifa Nero and today we're getting up close and personal with Lee Petropoulos from Hulu's Back in the Groove. Today we have Lee Petropoulos with us today from Back in the Groove. So excited to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Yeah.
So let's dig into everything. So the whole premise of Back in the Groove was ladies in their 40s, beautiful, sexy ladies, of course, dating men much younger, right? And I think for all of them, it was their first time. So for you, have you dated an older lady before that experience or not?
Okay, so I don't really kiss and tell normally, but there may or may not have been a few interactions prior to the show. So like I said, I'm open-minded. Like if I catch a vibe, then the vibe is caught, and I might have caught a vibe.
It's a vibe all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, pretty cool. So you said you want to be inspired by the person that you fall in love with. What things inspire you in a significant other?
Something that inspires me with a significant other is someone who's bringing my faith up, and God, and like things that are like good, and that we're laughing, and we're not taking life so serious, like I want to have fun, and I want to be inspired by that. But also another thing is like Sparkle was an entrepreneur, so I was inspired by her being an entrepreneur and doing what I want to do, and something in the field that I'm in. So there was a ton of things that inspired me about Sparkle, but as far as what I look for in general is like, yeah, like having all those qualities that I just mentioned.
Yeah. So what field are you currently in?
So I'm an entrepreneur. I do a lot of things. Like I work like weird jobs too. Like I work in Alaska for a few months selling fine jewelry, which is like
Oh,
I'm just talking to people throughout the day, whatever, which is somewhat easy for me and it's actually really interesting. And I also sell shoes and clothing, and I also like keep some projects to myself that I do like low key wise, and I would consider myself an entrepreneur. I do commercial modeling and acting, stuff like that. So I guess call me the jack of all trades. Like I guess that's the phrase, right?
yeah, I fully understand. So if I need a 9.5 shoe, I can contact you, right? Because that's a very hard size to.
13s, 13s,
Thank
13
God I don't wear
men's.
13s.
Yeah, yeah. You're are you single?
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
whoever. Well, if you got a man's with size 13, they can hit me up. But yeah, like I've got all sorts of shoes, but more so clothing that would fit you.
So, so I know you don't kiss and tell, and I respect that. I'm the same way. Okay, well, you went on Back in a Groove, and it's all about everybody's romantic life and whatnot. So it kind of gives us a little, insight into you, right?
Yeah.
I'm very curious about your celibacy journey. You said you were celibate,
Okay.
and that's something that I really do appreciate in men, especially these days, because that's rare. So is the dating scene in Michigan that bad, or what's going on?
you know, I just feel like, in my opinion, I kind of have to like I'm very like I keep my energy very close to me. So like if I'm actually pursuing something, like it takes a lot for me to really dive in because I feel like I'm happy. So there has to be a very special someone to like take that, feel that. And it's like I have to be upfront and honest that like I'm almost looking for perfection, but there's so many different perfections in my mind that there is. So it's like, yeah, I'm saying celibate. I'm just not in that mindset of like doing all that. Like my eyes are always open, but I'm just not always the hunter in that way. If my eye catches something, like I probably should interact a little bit more to see, if I can catch a vibe or whatever, but it's just not normally where my focus is. I'm young, trying to get myself off the ground, trying to build something for myself so I can meet whoever it is and I can like meet at the same place. Like it's got to work like that. Like it's got to flow, I think.
I understand what you're saying 100% because I'm on that realm too, right? As I
Yeah.
get older, it's like I'm not trying to give such an intimate part of myself to somebody that's not going to be a partner. Why? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. As I get older, it's like, no, the sleeping around thing, no. It was never my style to begin with, but now more than ever, you have to guard your energy. And that's what it's about. I fully understand what you're saying. But
Yeah.
I know you're a very good looking guy. You were on Hulu for 6 episodes back in the groove. Okay. I know your inbox is hot. I know your DMs fire. I know people now see you and they're approaching you. All right. Yeah, I know that. I know that. Do you mind sharing the weirdest experience you've had? You don't have to call names, obviously, but I know.
Yeah. That is a good question. That is a really good question. Like I think I've seen this a few times. It's like somebody said, "Oh, like you were left out there crying. Do you want to kiss about it or something like that?"
I know you're being a gentleman about the whole thing. I know you are. But women love a man that has emotion, can feel. Women love that. You already know this.
I'm just like, do that? You said that they want that, but do they really sometimes? Like, do they really want someone who's in touch, like with their emotions and stuff like that? Like,
Hope so.
I would think, I would hope. Like I said, I'm not the most aggressive or aggressor, and I don't have that much experience dating and stuff like that. So like, I truly, when I say I don't know, it's like I don't really know what these women want, these ladies want. Like, I really don't know what's in their head at all.
Well, a real
I,
woman will tell you. That's how you'll know, right? So
agreed,
what do you
agreed,
think?
agreed.
What do you think kept you till episode 6? I think altogether there were 8 episodes, right? 8 or 9? 8, maybe?
Eight, eight,
Okay,
yeah.
and you stayed until episode 6. So what do you think kept you in the game so long?
I think just being myself, like as much as possible, like just keeping it honest and authentic as I can be and stuff. And so like I don't know. I mean, I can from the past, I can be received very weirdly. Like I've had very weird encounters in my life. Like people can read like with interacting with people, I don't talk to too many people. I find the people I like and I stick to it. So when it comes to like new people, I worked in Alaska talking to people that help.
Why do you think you're so misunderstood?
Um, I think I just come. I don't know. I come off like it. It's sometimes off-putting to people, but for the most part, it's received well. It just depends where I'm at and who the person is. But I've received it all in my lifetime for sure. Like people, and I'm like, wait a second, I didn't mean. Why did you take it like that? I didn't mean what? Like how'd that get perceived that way? I'm like, it must be me. I don't know. Like I've gone through a a strong battle of being like, wait a second, am I in the wrong for saying that, even though I meant it from a good place, or am I wrong? So like I battle with that sometimes and stuff, but I know my faith in God. Like I know that like I'm accepted by God. I know God knows my intentions. I know
Yes.
God accepts.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is what it is. Like I look for validation in God. I look for that to be validated by
God
God.
is number one. Everything else will be added onto you. Okay? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I think, you know, open-minded people can tell if somebody is coming from a good place or not. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. I
And
do know what you mean. Yeah.
and that's the thing. And I think that's why people like you. Pedro cried, remember? He cried for you.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
That's
and he's soul too, you know?
I didn't
Yeah.
even notice when I was there. I didn't notice that he cried. Like I didn't notice that at all
So when
until
you
I
look
it, until
so when you look back at the show, so do you think you were accurately portrayed?
per- personally, yeah. Like I think I was. I think they portrayed me in like a really great light. Like I don't know, like I don't necessarily want, like I don't ever want to be perceived as like, so like obviously I am not the nicest person in the world. Like I'm not the nice, like, I just looked, I feel like they portrayed me as like really nice, goofy, myself, authentic, and that's all I could ask for. Like that's what I want to be like. That's who I aspire to be, as myself, and all those traits that I just mentioned.
What do you think about you is not nice? I'm just curious.
Um, I just
Or
think that
perceived.
I am flawed as well. Like I also think I'm flawed. Like I think I'm flawed in the way of like sometimes like I won't live up to every what everybody knows and loves about me. Like I'm like, wait a second, you'll catch me. Maybe I'll have my mom, like maybe I could be helping out at the house a little bit more that people don't see. Like, or I was lazy one day and could have been a better person in the way of like, hey, like you see my mom like busting, like working really hard. Like maybe I could wipe down the counters for her, something like that.
Okay, I understand. Do you have siblings?
One older brother.
You said somebody has to accept what comes at the center of you. What comes at the center of you? I'm sure it's a lot
What
of
comes at
things,
this?
but
Yeah, what comes at the center of me is like if you really want to get in a relationship with me, like friendship, relationship, even sometimes business, it's like you got to know that I love God. Like some people don't receive that well all the time. Like I'm not gonna be out here trying to like change everybody and like convert everybody. It's just like that's my belief, and like I actually believe that. Like,
yeah,
and I see if someone were to not, but it's just like that's what I'm about. That's what comes at the center. I try to make that a conscious decision to like
yeah,
make that about, like have that in the center.
yeah. You know, I wish that was something that was said on the show. Your faith, that would have been another plus, I think, because that's a good explanation for why you are the way you are, why you're so honest, and why you're so focused on, how you spend your energy. You know, have you ever tried a dating app before? Maybe Christian Mingles or something?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, at the same time, like I'm still jumbled. Like I don't know. I don't really. I'm still new to the dating game. So like just because I have some wisdom in some ways doesn't mean I have the wisdom in others.
Hmm.
So I don't really know exactly what I want, but like I just feel like I don't know about Christian Mingle. Like I think God's gonna reveal it somehow, some way,
Yeah,
what I should be about. Like if it comes to me just being like single for a minute, then
yeah,
it comes because I've been single pretty much my whole life.
right.
I'm not.
And
I'm
that's
barely in.
because you get to know yourself. You have to date yourself. You have to know yourself before you
Yeah.
go and attempt to be one with someone else. My mom says the man for me is gonna come in an Amazon Prime package
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're the only people that see me.
Yeah.
I don't make time to go out. I just could never find the time. Do you know? So it's like
100%.
for me, it
It
has
could be
to
the
be natural. I
Amazon
have to
driver.
bump into this
It
person.
it could be the Amazon driver.
I don't know. Well, you never know.
You never know.
You never know,
You
right?
never know.
Would you say you're still looking for love?
Yeah, I always have an eye open for love. Like the eye's always open.
The left or
Um,
the right?
all of them, everything.
How many eyes do you have?
Yeah, like I got big eyes too. I got big eyes.
You're beautiful. There you go.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So it's like, yeah, I am looking for love. Like, but I'm more so looking for like some love from like in a way first like hey, we're showing each other love, and then we like it's not always a romantic love. Like I feel love from people every day. Like when I'm giving love, I'm receiving it. So I feel like I'm like trying to live in the space of love, you know?
Yeah. If you had to plan the perfect date in your mind, what would that be?
Um, ooh, like on a beach probably, and like hit a beach, go up to like a spot where it's like you're on like a rooftop type, and it's like maybe some hot tub, healthy foods flowing, like maybe like maybe a little bit of whatever, maybe some like liquor, like maybe I don't drink really, but like if I'm really vibing, so be it. What happens? Maybe we take like we just we'll see what's up. Like that's where I'm private. I'm like, hey, like we'll see what's up here,
That,
you know?
that date sounds very familiar. That seems like the date that you went out with Sparkle, minus two other guys, of course. That date sounds
Yeah.
very familiar. But just to talk about back in the groove for a second, because I just wanted this to really be all about you. But after that date, were you surprised that you were eliminated at that time? Because I
Um,
thought you two connected really well, and everybody loves you, and I could see that she did too. I
yeah.
don't know, you have that effect on people. And then she said you touched her, at her heart. So when she sent you home, I was like, what did I miss? What did I
Well,
miss?
well, you know, I think it kind of does make sense a little bit. Like I knew whether it's here on the island or whatever that we built something real, and whether that's romantic or not, I was happy walking away with that W, that win, where it's like, okay, Sparkle and I just we're on some a real connection here, whether it's whatever, we just built a friendship, which is great. I think that is great. So I was like, regardless of what happens from here, I wasn't expecting to. I actually was not surprised. Like I wasn't surprised really, because I think that Sparkle is like I think Sparkle knows what she wants and what her lifestyle she wants. And obviously we can be friends, but maybe she didn't feel like a romantic like relationship or whatever. So she was like, you know what? Like we built something. It was great. I like what we have. Like I really do.
Okay. So I think what Hulu needs to do is we need a show called For the Love of Lee. No, seriously,
Ooh,
For the Love of Lee. I think that would be pretty cool. You know what
that
I
would
mean?
be that would be crazy, like in a great way.
Yeah, in a good way. I think so. That would be nice. You said your background is Greek. Let's talk about
I
that.
am Greek, yeah.
Tell me the story behind those beautiful curls. Like, what's your background?
Yeah, so I'm Greek, like 100% Greek. Been around all these a bunch of Greek people pretty much forever, going to church, whatever. My grandma speaks very little English, so she brings the Greece to US. She like literally lives in Greece, but here. So when I'm around her, I feel like I'm forced to be in this Greek tradition. Like she only knows all that, so having that perspective, it's like I feel like I'm like Greek. That like solidifies you, like you're in there. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know Greek that well necessarily, but I've been around like people who are only speaking Greek to me, so I have to pick up on something, you know?
Yeah. So I think one thing you might want to look for is someone who understands that culture. Or would you be open to teaching somebody about your culture?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like that engulfed, like which is I'm pretty Americanized for like the Greek culture, so like I don't know if that's even like necessary at all, but like I don't think that's a deal breaker at all for me actually. Like nothing. Um I'm sure it'd be pretty easy to pick up on, but that's just what I think. Like I don't think it's much. It's just yeah.
What's a deal breaker for you?
A bad attitude is a deal breaker. Like a bad attitude and like um just like not adding to my life and feeling like I'm just like I'm getting like brought down and like I'm not feeling good anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I have this thing. You have two types of energy in this world, okay? Your energy, you either have a healing energy or a stealing energy, okay? There's
Ooh,
some people, okay, like just like God says, the Bible says, so the devil comes to seek, kill, and destroy. You know when someone is adding to your energy, and you know when they're draining you. And that's different than
yeah,
being in a relationship or a friendship where maybe your significant other or friend may be having a bad day and you might have to help them that day and vice versa. No. Some people, they just leave you drained, and other people, they inspire you. So
for
energy is really
sure.
important. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that.
That's the thing with me. For me, the person has to excite me like mentally. It has to be a vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Has to be. It's
Yeah, it has
all about the vibes.
hands down. I can't deal with somebody boring, or I hate pretentious people. Oh, I hate that the most. Yeah,
I understand.
I
I
can't do
understand.
that. Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand that for sure.
yep,
That's draining to me. Being
yeah.
pretentious stuff, like literally, I get drained big time.
The thing is with you, I can tell you're very perceptive, so you will spot that and you'll feel it. Do you know what I mean? You can just feel it. I can just feel when that type of energy is around me. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yep. That's why I stay home and mind my business a lot. You know, it's protect my energy. Just myself,
Same,
daughter, and my mom.
same. It's so yeah, like finding those people and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
but but you're but always staying open minded. To you never know. I have learned where I'm like, okay, I think God brought some people in my life without me even trying to like have people in my life, and they just end up in it. I'm like, how did you even get here? Like, I gained like one or two a year to my life, but with the show happening, this has been the most additions I've ever added to
yeah,
my life.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. When people see you, when you're in the spotlight, no, no, they're seeing you. So it's one of you to all of them. So now you really have to figure out real fast who's real, who's fake, who do I need, who do I need to keep at a distance. That's overwhelming.
I
It's
know.
really
I know.
overwhelming. Do you know what I mean? So time will tell.
Time will tell.
Time will definitely tell. Yeah, yeah. Well, Lee, it was such a pleasure talking to you. You are a burst of positivity, and I really
Woo!
enjoyed this conversation. All right?
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.